Picture this. Somebody walks into a dealership. They sit in a car, the screen lights up, the panoramic roof slides open, ambient lighting changes colors when you switch drive modes. They're sold. They finance it. $500, $600 a month. 2 years later, check engine light. Transmission's acting up. They're standing on the side of the road and they don't have $4,000 sitting around for a repair. So let me ask you something. Would you rather have a car with a giant screen or a car that just starts every single morning? All right, listen up, because this one's important. If you're on a tight budget, and let's be honest, most of us are, reliability isn't a nice to have. It's the whole game. One unexpected repair bill can wreck a budget that your car payment was already stretching thin. Bells and whistles are a luxury, and they're a luxury only a reliable car can actually afford to have. Here's the trap I see people fall into over and over. They shop with their eyes instead of their brain. They walk into that dealership and they get impressed by what impresses them right there in the showroom. The size of the screen, the ambient lighting, the panoramic roof. Nobody test drives a car thinking about what it's going to look like at 100,000 miles. They test drive the infotainment system. And here's the thing. Dealers and the marketing behind these cars, it's built for that showroom feeling, not for the long haul. Now let's talk about Hyundai and Kia specifically. Because I like these brands, don't get me wrong. But the track record the last 15 years, it is rough. Let me give you the receipts. Engine failures and fires. Their Theta 2 engines had bearing problems so bad, it led to billions of dollars in lawsuits and settlements, covering millions of vehicles. Fire recalls where they literally told owners, park your car outside, away from your house, because the brake system module could catch fire, even while the car was off. The theft situation. Millions of these cars didn't even have a basic engine immobilizer, a feature that's been standard on most cars for 20 years. That turned into a viral TikTok trend, cars getting stolen left and right, insurance companies flat out refusing to cover them. And transmission failures. Dual clutch transmissions that could just lose power while you're driving. That's not a fluke, that's a pattern. Now let's flip it. Let's talk about boring. Toyota Corolla, Camry, RAV4, Prius, Highlander. These are not the cars turning heads in a parking lot. Nobody's bragging about the screen size in their Camry. But you know who buys these cars for their own families? Mechanics. The guys who see what actually breaks day in and day out. And here's something else about these Toyotas. These are the cars that get passed down through generations. Grandpa's Camry becomes Dad's Camry, becomes the kid's first car. That's not going to the junkyard. That's going to a family member. Ask yourself, when's the last time you heard someone say, I'm handing my Kia down to my daughter when she turns 16. It happens with Toyotas all the time. That right there tells you everything. And here's the point I really want you to sit with. Why do high-mileage Toyotas hold their value like crazy? It's not random. It's because demand outstrips supply. Owners don't sell them because they don't break. Ask yourself, when's the last time you saw a 200,000-mile Kia commanding almost as much as a lightly used one? Now compare that to a 200,000-mile Camry. Resale value is basically the market giving you a crowdsourced reliability score. It's telling you something. Listen to it. So here's my advice, plain and simple. Buy a 3 or 4-year-old Corolla, Camry, or RAV4 before you buy a brand new, fully loaded Kia or Hyundai at the same price point. Higher mileage on a Toyota is often safer than low mileage on an unreliable model. Mileage is not the enemy. Neglect is the enemy. And no matter what you buy, get a pre-purchase inspection every single time. That's $100, $150 that can save you from a $4,000 mistake. Non-negotiable. Do not skip this step. Ask for maintenance records too. A well-documented 120,000-mile Camry beats a mystery 60,000-mile anything. And if you're on a smaller budget, listen close because this is the part people get backwards. You are better off buying a much older Toyota, one of the ones I just mentioned, than a newer, lower mileage Hyundai or Kia. I don't care if the Hyundai's got fewer miles on it and looks newer. It makes more sense to go older and proven than newer and risky. Because here's what actually happens to people. They buy the car with all the bells and whistles. Everything's fine, until the manufacturer warranty runs out. And then something major goes. An engine, a transmission, and now you're staring at a $7,000 bill. Not $100, not $500, $7,000. For a lot of families, that's not just inconvenient, that's financial ruin. That's the bill that wipes out your savings, or worse, one you have to put on a credit card and pay interest on for years. That is exactly the trap I'm trying to keep you out of. And here's the flip side of doing it right. You drive that Toyota, you make your payments, and one day those payments are done. Car's paid off. And guess what? You're still driving a car that starts every morning, doesn't nickel and dime you, and when you finally decide to sell it, that Toyota is still going to hold a good chunk of its value. A lot more than that Hyundai with the big flashy screen that's now worth half of what you paid for it. Now I know what some of you are thinking, but it's new, it's got a warranty. Okay, but that warranty doesn't cover your time off work. It doesn't cover the rental car for weeks and weeks a major repair can sometimes take if a part is not available or for other reasons. It doesn't cover the stress of being stranded on the side of the road. And honestly, this isn't just a Hyundai Kia thing anymore. Cars across the board are getting more complex, and reliability industry-wide is shakier than it used to be. So buying older, simpler, and proven, that's not settling. That's playing defense with your own money. Look, I'm not telling you to buy boring because I hate nice things. I'm telling you because I don't want you to be the guy or girl calling me from the side of the road with a check engine light on and a car payment you can't afford to also go fix. So here's what I want you to do. Drop a comment below and tell me what you're driving right now or what you're cross-shopping. I want to see it. If you're debating between something flashy and something boring, I might just do a video breaking down your exact matchup. And if you know somebody who's out there car shopping right now, send them this video. Don't let them walk into a dealership and get talked into something they can't afford to fix. That's what this channel is for. And if this saved you from making a mistake, or if it's too late and you already learned this the hard way, hit subscribe. Drive smart. I'll see you in the next one.